Hello, I'm Julie Samaco, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. In this video, a sneak peek of this month's featured wreath in our Wreath Making of the Month Club. We've got a beautiful Hello Spring sign. Isn't that beautiful with all of the pastel colors? We're going to be using 10-inch mesh. It's got the beautiful yellow and white. We're also going to be using these beautiful hydrangeas that have a little bit of the pink and a little bit of yellow in the middle. So this is our focal piece, our inspiration. So once you have your inspiration down, you pick the coloring from here. For a minute, I want to just talk about our work wreath frame. If you're new to deco mesh wreaths, these are what they call work wreath frames. And then if you look closely, you can see that there's a little bit of an elevation. And when you have an elevated wreath, you're gonna put the wreath together and it ends up being a thicker wreath on the door. So the deco mesh wreath is the wreath that you have to create the base before you can start designing. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're creating our frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll out our ribbon into 14-inch strips. Okay, so the first thing we have is our 2.5-inch ribbon. I'm just going to measure out to 14. Now I always do the 2.5-inch paired with a 1.5-inch. And what I'm going to do is fold this ribbon in half, and this is going to be just enough, believe it or not, of cushion so that my wire does not go, my staple does not go all the way through the sign when I staple it. I like to have my sign nestled into the wreath, so I do pull some of the mesh out behind the wreath, behind the sign. Did I say the sign? I like to have my sign nestled into the wreath. Greenery adds so much color and texture. Texture is so important when you're creating a wreath. We're going to take one of our twist ties and we're just going to circle it around. And that's where we're going to insert, put in the glue, dip in the glue, or use your glue gun. Put some glue on the edge and then push that through. So we're going to do one right here. And did you see what I was doing? I was trying to, if we've got one in here, one here, and one here, it makes sense to put one there. If I put one over here, it's going to be too close to this one. So we're just trying to evenly space these around. And then I'm just going to go through and refluff all of the ribbon streamers. So I like for my ribbon streamers to, help cover up any holes there could be showing. And then it helps to establish the circle of our wreath if we pull them up and out, which is super helpful if you photograph your wreaths. And remember, if you have any that are going back and forth, wobbly, we can tie two together. So right here is the inner ring and here is the outer ring. And all I'm going to do is just take these two and twist them together. That way it will keep it from this wobbling to the back. And if I want this ribbon to stay off of this sign, I'm going to put one of those dashes. If you were a scrapbooker, you know what this is. It's basically double-sided tape, but it's glue. And it holds up outdoors. It's weatherproof and waterproof. It attaches to wood, fabric, all the things. So I can easily just take this ribbon and move it to the side and tack it down. We can just trim this one a little shorter, I think. putting it on a wooden floral pick and just gluing it on, but I think this looks good.